Hi Gemini, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your April 2019 monthly tarot forecast. This is for Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, and Gemini Rising signs. So Gemini, for this reading, I am using the Morgan Greer Tarot deck along with the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle cards. I also will be pulling you a Health and Well-Being Oracle and then a Love and Relationship Oracle as well. Alright, so what does Gemini need to know for this month of April 2019? Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, upcoming future messages for Gemini. There is the Queen of Rods, so there might be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo person who's significant Gemini here in April. Alright, Gemini, so the overall energy for you guys for the month is the Four of Pentacles. So Four of Pentacles does speak about like financial security, having something to fall back on, having money in the bank. It is a more conservative energy, so there could be some Geminis that you're spending a lot less here in April. Maybe you're trying to save some money with the Four of Pentacles as the overall energy. Financially not in a bad place. We are starting out with Justice. We have Justice crossed by the Fool. And so some of you Geminis could be moving forward, maybe even taking some sort of risk or leap of faith here. You might be moving forward down a new path. With Justice, you certainly might be signing something. There could be a contract. So there could be some Geminis that you're starting something new here in April. It might require for you to sign something or enter into like an agreement of some kind. With the Fool is like someone who's excited, carefree, excited. They're going for it. So for some Geminis, that's the challenge for you, is to maybe relax. Kind of go with the flow, relax, and move forward down this new path. Enjoy it, basically enjoy the ride. For some of you, that's what's needed now. This is a very interesting spread, I have to say. At your foundation, we have the Tower. So the Tower for me can represent several different things. It might be a home, a building that's significant. There could be some Geminis that maybe you recently, this could be at the end of March, you recently could have maybe just moved house, but here, right at the start of the month, or for you at the end of March, you might be signing something. Maybe there was something going on with a property or home, a building, with the Tower for some of you, and Justice here. Now, Justice can speak about legal stuff, and so maybe you've been in like a legal dispute or a lawsuit, something like that, and there could be property that's involved. Some of you are getting ready to move forward and maybe move down a new path, but maybe because of what happened prior, you know, that could be why the Fool is in the challenge position, because maybe some of you need to just kind of let go and have fun. Again, he's someone who's like very carefree and relaxed, and he just kind of goes for it. You know, he's also someone who's very excited, so that might be the challenge. That might be what's needed. Maybe some of you need to like balance your thoughts or your emotions. Here at the start of the month, the Tower can represent like a shakeup. There could have been a shakeup or something that happened. Maybe it was a surprise. Something could have happened very suddenly with the Tower energy. Now, this is not automatically bad. It's definitely not. It can just represent things happening all of a sudden when you least expect them. There might have been a shakeup. For me, the Tower can also sometimes represent like the universe stepping in, feeling as though you don't have any control when that happens. So maybe something happened for you, and now, you know, we have Justice here. Which justice does represent fairness. And so if something did happen previously, maybe it was a shakeup to put you on the right path, Gemini. And so there might be the need for you to balance your thoughts. Here, something could have happened to put you here on the path that you're on now. And with death in the recent past, for some of you Geminis, a Scorpio person certainly could be significant, but death can obviously represent endings. So for some of you that I am reading for, maybe there was an ending. If that's the case, it's just making that space, that room for something new to come in. And we do see you moving forward down a new path. Again, so something could have happened because maybe you were meant to move forward in this direction. Crowning you, though, this is what's interesting, is we have this Three of Swords here. And so sometimes when I have, you know, this combination here, this can speak about loss. And so because it's a general reading, there definitely could be some Geminis that you went through some sort of loss. Maybe it was a loss of a property, or, you know, maybe on the business front, you could have even like lost a contract, something like that. But again, you know, if something happened, if there was a shakeup, it could have happened to put you on this path that you're now moving down. But this is crowning you. So this is what's on your mind. This is how you feel, Gemini, which can be heartbroken. You know, you might have a heavy heart. For some of you, this is mental energy. You might feel very disappointed. But this is all basically with the Tower and Death. This is already transpired. So some of you are still maybe healing, still getting over something. So nothing's going to surprise you here in April. Just know that this would have already happened if you did go through a loss. This would have already happened, Gemini. But with the Three of Swords here in this position, some of you, this is still on your mind. This is still weighing on your heart. It's still here. This energy is still here. But again, something could have happened because you're meant to maybe move in this direction down a new path. Now, Justice can also represent that fairness. So if there was a shakeup, maybe something was out of balance. Maybe something was going on and it wasn't in your best interest. Again, the universe could have stepped in. Something might have been out of balance. Something might have not actually been fair for you. And that could be why we have, you know, this energy here. And for some of you, this is why maybe something happened. Now, coming up in the near future, around the second week, I do have the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you Geminis, you might have Earth in your chart. You might even be like a Taurus, Gemini cusp or something like that. Other Geminis, this is you may be very focused on finances, property, finances, family. If you don't work for a living, could be very focused on the home, maybe decorating. For those of you that did move house, this could be you know, decorating here around the second week, or very focused on family with this Queen of Pentacles energy. For some of you, maybe a job. Maybe there was, again, like a loss of a contract or a loss of a job, something like that. But maybe it's because you were meant to move forward in this direction. When Justice comes up, justice will be served. So if something was done to you that was unfair, you know, karmic justice will come in. These scales need to balance out. So for some of you, something might have been out of balance, and that's why we have this here. So for some of you, the energy will definitely improve here around the second week. This is what you're focused on. And then in the position of your power, I have the King of Rods. So very interesting. You might have fire in your chart. Maybe there's something going on with a fire sign energy. So Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries. You do have some characters here. And in the position of how others around you, friends, family, how they're viewing you, I have the Two of Swords. So if you are a Gemini that is like waiting on this great change, if you are waiting to move house or waiting for like a lawsuit to be over with, waiting on this great change, because I do often see the Three of Swords come up when there is disappointment, like something hasn't come through yet, you're waiting, you know, some of you might have a legal matter that's pending, but just know with this energy, this is very powerful energy. So even if something didn't happen, if you're going through this like transformational process, if you're going through this process and it's not happening overnight, if you're waiting on like a legal decision, waiting on something to come through, you know, this for you would be disappointment. This is how you feel. But I certainly wouldn't lose faith, because when you see this combination, you know that change is coming in no matter what. You know, if you see death alone, it's a very powerful energy. You know that change is coming up for you. But when you see this combination, you know that change is coming in no matter what. And you have some majors here. You know, the more majors we have, you know, that's another indication you're going through great change. But Four of Pentacles is the overall energy, and then Two of Swords. For some of you that I'm reading for, you might be waiting on something. And that's how you're being viewed, as maybe waiting, maybe even feeling a little stuck. There is the need to listen to your intuition. But I feel like some of you are waiting. You're maybe going through a divorce, or you have like a legal matter that's ongoing here. I feel like some of you are waiting on a legal decision. In the hopes and fears, we do have the Three of Rods, and so I think that you're hoping for growth. Threes are all about growth. There could even be some Geminis that you're dealing with a situation involving three people. We have a few, or a couple threes here, excuse me. But with the Three of Wands here in this position, you're hoping for growth, expansion, to make progress, maybe even things to happen a little bit quicker. For some of you, you're hoping to maybe, expand your horizons here. You're looking to, at new beginnings here, new things that you could do. And so this is what you want. And that could be on the job front for some of you, or that could be with a living situation. Some of you are very passionate, though, with this energy in the position of your power. This is someone who's creative and passionate. And so at this time, you could be definitely planting seeds. You could be definitely investing a lot of time and energy into something new for you, Gemini. But energy that you have leaving this month, going into May, we have strength. So I could be reading for some Geminis that maybe you have Leo in your chart. But with strength here, it's like you have that inner strength. You will get through whatever it is that you're dealing with. And, when it's all said and done, for some of you, you will be stronger. You will be wiser. Strength is all about control. So it's being patient when you need to be patient, staying calm when you need to be, but also taking that bull by the horns when the time comes. So we see you actually coming through a little bit more fiery and passionate here the second half of the month. And I think that some of you are very focused and you're planting those seeds here. You went through what you went through, but I think that some of you here, you are ready to start some new things here at this time. Let's do some clarifying here, Gemini. We will take a look at this Three of Swords, which is crowning you. So clarifying the Three of Swords for Gemini. Clarifying the Three of Swords for Gemini. All right, let's take a look at the Tower. So let's take a look at the Tower for Gemini. Clarifying the Tower. You know, maybe some of you with justice here, maybe you feel like something isn't fair or something wasn't fair. The Tower could have been you previously, like dropping a bomb. You could have surprised someone. You could have, you know, maybe, yeah, surprised someone, dropped a bomb if you were working like in a situation, an environment that you felt as though, you know, it wasn't fair or things were happening that weren't fair. You could have maybe made some drastic moves here. You could have did something very drastic, Gemini, for some of you. All right, so we have this Five of Swords, or Five of Pentacles, excuse me, that just flipped out. Yeah, very interesting. All right, so first looking at the Tower here, clarifying the Tower, we have the Five of Pentacles that just shot right out. And so Five of Pentacles can be someone who feels unlucky. So I'm reading for some Geminis that you maybe feel unlucky. There could have been a shakeup. Something could have happened. If it's something going on with like a legal dispute, a property, you know, maybe you're losing faith in this, but I think that you need to stay positive because we have justice twice. We have justice twice now. So justice will be served. Justice can represent a favorable outcome, especially if you've been, you know, if you've had positive intentions, you've been trying your best, you've been, yeah, basically doing what's right. For some of you, you know, the outcome will be favorable. For others, things are going to be made equal and balanced and fair. Here with the Ace of Swords and Justice, this could be a victory that's coming to, a legal victory, but it's after you overcome some challenges. For me, the Ace of Swords is a card of victory, but it's after, you know, you've had to overcome some hurdles, some challenges. It's your perseverance paying off. And so here with the Five of Pentacles, you know, you might have even had like a legal matter that's been ongoing and it might have been very expensive for you. But here we have the Sun, we have Justice, we have the Ace of Swords. So I think that many of you are going to be successful with this. Justice will be served. There is a favorable outcome. The Sun represents happiness, success, especially with the Ace of Swords here. So some of you will be successful with this. It's just maybe it's ongoing here. You're still in this. For others, there's going to be something you're finding out here. You could have already found this out because the Tower's at your foundation. So there could have already been enlightenment or a shock, something that happened prior. If it hasn't happened already, you know, things will come to light here. There will be clarity or truth that comes in for you. You will see things clearly. And again, maybe something happened because you were meant to kind of move forward down this new path. That's really what I feel like for some of you. Looking at the Three of Swords, we have the Ace of Rods. So now we have two aces. So, you know, even if something did end, it's just making that space for new beginnings to come in. So we have the Ace of Rods, we have the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Rods. So we have some repeat cards here. We have the King of Rods here. Earlier when I was shuffling for you, I had the Queen of Rods come out. So for some of you, you're definitely involved with a fire sign energy. You might have fire in your chart. I think that this is you in the process of things leaving your life and you welcoming in, you know, some new beginnings here. For some of you, this is a new adventure. This is the same new beginning with the Fool and the Ace of Rods. This is a new adventure. This is something that's exciting, but I think that some of you feel a little stuck, or you're waiting on that decision that allows for you to move forward. It allows for you to start these new beginnings, but it's on its way. Again, when you see this combination, when you see this, you know, Death and the Tower, you know that change is coming in no matter what. For some of you, you're just going through this process. And I think with Strength here, it's letting you know, yes, you have that inner strength. You will get through this, but also when it's all said and done, for some of you, you will be stronger, you will be wiser. Let's pull you an additional guidance card, Gemini, for April. right, and then focusing on health and well-being for Gemini for April. And this is the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle deck. Okay, that's interesting. I actually want to look at both of these. Yeah, very interesting. Okay. And then focusing on love and relationship matters, but as always, Gemini, over on Vimeo, I do have the Love Tarot forecast for the month of April posted over there. If you're interested, that link is below. All right, focusing on love and relationship matters for Gemini for April. All right, so I'm going to choose from these cards here. So the overall additional guidance card that I have for you is a new dawn. The worst is behind you and positive new experiences are on the horizon. So this does resonate very much. You have the Fool here. You are moving down a new path. You have the Ace of Rods here. I think that the second half of the month for you is you really planting those seeds and putting that time and energy into starting new stuff here at this time. And this is confirming that. The worst is now behind you. So again, this is behind you. Some of you, this is still on your mind. You know, some of you are maybe healing or maybe still kind of disappointed with something here, but it's just energy. It will pass. This is beautiful. I actually don't see this card from this deck actually come out too often. And there was another sign, Gemini, that had this. And so I actually very rarely see this card. So definitely watch your other signs because you might have had this twice. And then looking at health and well-being, we have second opinion. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, guide me to the best healthcare professionals for this situation. And then we also have leave a stressful situation behind. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage and willingness to take good care of myself, including surrounding myself with healthy relationships and positive situations. So that's interesting. Yeah, so for some of you, you're leaving behind a stressful situation. Again, maybe something was out of balance or something it wasn't fair for you. It might not have felt right for you, but again, here with justice, things will kind of come into balance here. As you kind of move forward and you go through this process here, as you begin to move down this new path, this is a beautiful confirmation that the worst is behind you, that you are leaving a difficult situation. Second opinion can represent some of you if you have something that's ongoing. Maybe you need a second opinion, like a second doctor's opinion. But for others, you know, I feel like this can represent you needing like someone else's input. So maybe some of you need to vent, or maybe you just need someone else's opinion in regards to this situation. That could be something that's good for you. Because looking at love and relationships, we have heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. So some of you on the love front, you know, maybe you need to sit your partner down. If a relationship has been out of balance, two people not, you know, contributing equally, maybe you need to sit down with your partner and you need to voice that. For some of you, you need to, you know, sit down with your partner and discuss some things. For others, though, I feel like maybe you need to kind of vent. Maybe you need to let it out. Maybe you need to talk to someone. Something could have been very stressful for you, and maybe that's going to help with the healing process, is just you sitting down. If you have to make any important decisions here, Gemini, yes, I think that some of you maybe need advice or someone else's opinion here if you have to make a decision, because we do have this Two of Swords twice, which can be someone who's a little hesitant. And then we do have, you know, new beginnings that are coming in for you. All right, Gemini, so I hope that you found this reading helpful. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. If you are interested in having a private reading, please check out northeasttarot.com. Have a great month.